So if you're hanging around these negative people, they're going to bring you down. If you're hanging around positive people and they're looking to improve, they're going to bring you up. They're going to bring you up. That's just how it works. Just like the saying, if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with a room full of millionaires. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the topic of cutting off toxic people. Now listen, I know all of us have had toxic people in our lives, or you currently have toxic people around you. I know me personally, I used to have a friend that was a pretty toxic person deep down, but I didn't really realize it in that moment that that person would have been the type of person to even hold me back. And I feel like once you really take a look at the people around you and you see what type of actions they're contributing to their own lives, you can kind of look at that and the way they treat their own life as to how they're going to affect your friendship or even the relationship that you guys currently have. So the way someone takes care of themselves and the way someone treats themselves is a big indication of how they're going to treat you and your relationship between that person. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing a few things and a couple of reasons on why you guys need to cut out toxic people in your life. First thing, the people around you affect your habits and your decision making. Now let me explain. So as we all know, a lot of people have different things that they like to partake in. Some people like to smoke, some people like to drink. But let me give you guys a quick example of how a person that likes to indulge in these things, and I'm not saying these things are good or bad, I'm not saying that at all, but I'm giving off a good example here. So let's say you as a person, you decided that you wanted to stop drinking, for an example, and you make this goal to not drink for a whole 3 months. So you want to take a 3-month break to just make sure that you're able to not drink, take a break from it. You're not going out to drink on the weekend. You're not having a drink on, a Friday because work's over and you have the free time to do it. So you make that decision and you tell your friend, this friend of yours is a very big drinker, or he likes to partake in this habit that you're trying to quit for yourself. And if you have that type of friend that really likes to indulge in this certain activity that you are trying to quit yourself, then it is going to make you quitting a whole lot harder than it even would ever be if that person wasn't the type of person that would encourage you to do these things. So since this person indulges a lot, and some people do indulge a lot and they'll, not encourage their friends and won't make their friends do it and won't peer pressure their friends into, drinking. And I don't believe in someone making you do something, but I do think that you are able to be persuaded into doing a certain thing. So if you have the type of friend where you have a goal to be better and you want to become a better person, but that friend is always trying to get you to do the opposite of that, which is wrong. And like I said, I'm not saying the habits that I described in this video are good and bad. I think they're totally fine if you're able to do them under moderation. And it also depends on how much progress you want to see for yourself in a certain amount of time, because I do believe in cutting out everything if you really want to just go all in on a specific goal that you have for yourself. But if you have these type of friends and they're constantly trying to encourage you and peer pressure you into doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing, and you have a goal for yourself to quit these things or to quit these certain habits, then you need to cut those type of people off, because these type of people will do nothing for your life but hold you back from that higher version that you want to become for yourself. And if these people are constantly telling you that, oh, it's perfectly fine, like, come on, bro, you've already been doing it for a month, like, just have a drink, it's totally fine, just forget the 2 extra months. If they're discouraging you from becoming a better person, and keep in mind, sometimes you just have to let those type of people go, and it's no hard feelings. And even sometimes when you let these type of people go, I think that a lot of people get this sort of they feel bad for doing it. Like, you feel bad for cutting these type of people out of your life, and especially if you've been long friends and good friends with these people, then it is going to hurt to cut these people off. And sometimes when you're in a period of isolation, you want to sort of have that time to yourself. You don't want anyone else bother you. You don't want any distractions in your life when you're going through a period of isolation, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying you have to completely cut these people out of your life unless they're really holding you back, and that's for you as a viewer to decide for yourself as to what degree are these people holding me back at. So if you have, a habit of you want to quit drinking, you want to quit smoking, and you constantly go around these people and they're always drinking, they're always smoking, they're always trying to encourage you instead of uplifting you, encouraging you that it's totally fine for you to not do these things, then I do think cut those people off completely. Because if they were really your friends, they would want to see you win. And if these habits are holding you back, and you can clearly see that they're holding your friends back or the people around you, this includes family as well. If these habits are holding your friends, your family back, and I'm saying people in general, if they're holding them back, these habits, and they're holding you back as well, then you need to cut these people off and just cut them off. You don't have to completely cut them out of your entire life, but I'll say distance yourself from these type of people while you're on your journey to becoming a better person, because like I said, it really won't do anything but make you quitting these type of habits and trying to get to a certain goal way harder than it should be. Because it's like, for an example, say you're trying to quit drinking and you have a friend or family members that are drinking. It's gonna be pretty hard for you to say no to taking a shot, or it's gonna be pretty hard for you to say no to, hitting, smoking. It's gonna be very hard for you to say no to things like that. Or if you're trying to quit eating junk food and you have people around you who are very big into eating junk food and they're encouraging you to do this bad habit, then you need to cut those people off. Like, if they're holding you back, sometimes the best thing you can do is isolate yourself from those people or completely cut those type of people out of your life for the better. Remember, you only have this lifetime, so you have to make the most of it. And if having a certain amount of time to yourself is going to benefit you and help you reach a higher version of yourself, then do that. The second thing I wanted to talk about is you really need to learn to enjoy your own company. So if you're going to be cutting off people because they're toxic and they're holding you back as a person, you have to learn to become your own best friend. And ways you can do that is to start something new, learn something new. Make sure as a person you're always learning new things, or you're always trying out new things. Because I feel like when we were little kids, and when we had that very high curiosity and we wanted to try the newest thing, we wanted to explore the newest thing. I feel like just recently I had this really interesting story where I was riding my electric scooter outside and this kid asked me to race. And you guys know me, I'm a very adventurous person. I just feel like as we get older, we tend to not explore and do new things like when we were kids. And I was like, okay, sure, let's race. Then next thing you know it, we raced. The race was over. The kid showed me like this crazy trail, and we went and rode electric scooters on this trail, and he took me like to a certain part of where the place I live currently. Like, he took me to this back trail area, and it was just really interesting to see. And it just really reminded me that I need to make sure that I have a kid-like curiosity. Make sure that I'm trying new things out and I'm not afraid to, do new things and learn something new. Which, like I said, I feel like we all start to do less as we get older, and we feel like life just sort of takes the curiosity away from us, which I do think life does play a part of it. But I think that once you start to just expand and do different things and try new things, you really get to learn more about yourself, and you get to spend more time with yourself. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more you get to know your own self and enjoy your own company. So that is a reminder to learn new things, try new things, and start something new. I always say this, but if you have something that you want to begin and you're afraid of what other people are going to think about you, and you're afraid that people are going to make fun of you, just do it anyways. Do it anyways. Don't care what other people have to say. There's no reason for you to care about other people's opinions, because if those people had something better to do, it wouldn't be to hate on you for trying something that they're afraid to do, or hate on you because you're doing something that they're not doing. Those people are always projecting some sort of insecurity about themselves onto you if they're hating on you. So just go out there, make sure that you do things alone and enjoy your own company during your state of solitude. Like I said, this isn't to say that you have to be in solitude, but this is a sign that if you have people around you that are holding you back, that it might be required. And even just taking more time to yourself, it's very important to do what you want and do what you've always wanted to do with your own life. Now, the next thing is going to be to set an example for other people around you. So here's something that really blew my mind, and it kind of just motivated me to go even harder when it comes to my YouTube videos. And my aunt, when I was talking to her and I was talking about my YouTube videos and me going to the gym, she said something to me and she was like, I know your cousin always talks about you going to the gym and how your videos encourage him to want to go work out as well. And when she told me that, I was like, damn, so people that watch my videos are really being impacted by the message that I have to say. And even like right now, it kind of really hits me when I think that like people are watching my YouTube videos and gaining some inspiration on the way I live my life or the things that I do to improve myself, and encouraging you guys to do something that positively impacts your lives too. It really just like, it blew my mind. I was like, that's crazy. And I want you all to know that you have an impact on the people around you. So if you're doing something, just know that people are going to have an eye on you, especially if you're doing something different. If you're starting to work out and you have family members, you have brothers, sisters, or friends that pay attention to things that you do, which I'm pretty sure we all do, people do keep up with you, whether you know it or not. But just make sure you know that people also have their own lives. So even if you make a mistake or you mess up, most people are going to forget about it in less than a couple of days because we all live our own lives. But that being said, just know that the fact that you're doing something that is improving your life, or you're doing something different, it is going to leave an effect or a mark on other people, whether you know it or not. So like I said, if you're going to the gym and people are seeing that you're getting in shape and you're improving your body, you're improving your mind, because the gym does have mental effects as well, and it will make you a happier person. It'll give you confidence as well, and that's really why I love the gym. But just know that when you're doing something consistently and it's to improve yourself, other people see it, and that is a great way to uplift the world, is to do something good for yourself and also sort of motivates other people to do something good for themselves as well. So if you're watching this video, whether you go off and you cut off some toxic people in your life and you start to set out a plan to improve your life, I know I'm doing my job here. If you see me in my workout videos and I encourage you to work out, I know I'm doing something good, and that sort of fulfills my heart. It fills my heart. It genuinely does, to know that I have an impact on other people, to encourage you guys to do something better. And just know that you have that power as well. Once you start improving yourself, you start doing these good habits, you start eating better, you stop doing these bad habits, people are going to notice, and you'll sort of become unrecognizable, because it really is so impactful when you see someone start from the bottom. And not even about money and materialism, like materialistic things. It's not about that. If you see someone starting at the bottom and let's say they're eating junk food, let's say they're constantly going out to the club, getting drunk, wasted, yada, yada, yada. They're not taking care of themselves. To see them go and just climb up that sort of ladder a little bit when it comes to self-love, it is so impactful to see that person, you know, maybe even eating a little better, or not going out to the club as much and staying home on the weekend to learn something new or to improve themselves, or even just going to the gym instead. To see someone doing that is so impactful to you. And like I said, you have the power to do that. Once you change yourself, it sets an example for other people around you. So if you have those friends that you cut off and you're sort of bringing that self-love to yourself, and you see those friends and you're telling them about the things you do, you know, if they're still being negative to you, there's no point in reconnecting or even having those as people as your friends. But you notice that you have some sort of impact on them or they're encouraging you, then just know that you do have the power to affect other people, whether you know it or not. So I just wanted to give you guys that reminder, and the fact that you set an example for the people around you, and that is the best way to get your friends on self-improvement, to get your family on self-improvement. It's just to do your own thing, and if people have questions, give them answers. Don't force people into what you're doing. Remember, we all have a different path in life, and not everyone is supposed to be doing the same things. So that's also something you need to understand. But just set an example. Set an example for other people and set a good example, because what you do does impact others. Remember that. So last but not least, we have surround yourself around like-minded people. So once you start to improve yourself and you've cut off these toxic friends and you're sort of feeling like your period of solitude, or if you're not in solitude and you are still talking to these old friends and they're doing the same old habits, then it's time for you to find like-minded people that are on the same path as you, as in improving themselves. And I want you guys to remember that this isn't some magical thing. And this is just genuinely how I believe humans are supposed to live. And I think we're supposed to evolve. So you need to find people that are looking to evolve, looking to level up their life, and they're not constantly stuck on the same thing. Like, so many people talk about the things that they're going to do instead of taking action first and then telling people what you have done. That holds so much power, and you need to find people that you can connect with on certain topics and different things that you do personally. And I feel like one of the best ways to do that is to, you know, find people in locations that you think you'll find those people at. So for an example, if you're at the library and you see a cute girl and she's like reading books and she's in the self-improvement section or even nonfiction, like I know people that read nonfiction that are at a more, you know, self-loving level than people who aren't reading. And I'm not saying that people who read are better than people that don't read. I'm not saying that at all. But this is just a way to find people that are interested in the same things as you. So let's say the bookstore, you get her number, you know, you guys are able to connect. And even places like the gym where you wouldn't think people would be able to meet, since it's more of a keep to yourself type of place, you can even make new friends at the gym. I've made friends at the gym in the locker room. You know, I was like, hey bro, do you record TikTok videos? And he was like, yeah, I do make TikToks. And I followed both of them. It was him and I believe his friend. And guess what? We're cool now. Every time I see him at the gym, I dab him up. You know, I even am planning on to find out my max bench on the bench press. Just to see what my max bench is. I asked him, and we're gonna set that up really soon so I can see how much I can bench, because I haven't done that yet because I don't really know anyone at my new gym. But guess what? Just stepping out of your comfort zone to meet new people will open up new doors to you, and it'll open up new opportunities. Another example would be if you're eating healthier, try and make friends with people at some healthy restaurants. So let's say, for an example, you see people out at a place like Kava. I'd say Kava is pretty healthy, obviously, depending on what you order. But you'll know that people that are eating at Kava and not McDonald's are going to be at more of your level of improving. And once again, this isn't to degrade people. I'm not saying that because you eat McDonald's, like, you're not supposed to be watching this video. But what I am telling you is that there is better things for your body and better things for your mind, as in ways to improve yourself. So just try and meet new people at like-minded locations. So like-minded locations as in places that you see yourself. So it's sort of like you're manifesting someone else like you, because you know you would be at this location, in a sense. The more people you start to meet that are like-minded and you guys are all looking to improve, that's going to compound your growth. Just like people that are constantly doing negative things, that declines their growth. They're getting in trouble, they're, you know, getting sick because they're eating the wrong foods, they're having liver issues because they're getting drunk every weekend. Like, you know what I mean? These things either will level you up or they will decrease your level. I like to treat life like a video game because I believe the more time you put into things is the more sort of reward you'll get out of that thing. And if it's negative, then that's the more sort of negative energy you'll receive back from these things, or for an example, these people. So if you're hanging around these negative people, they're going to bring you down. If you're hanging around positive people and they're looking to improve, they're going to bring you up. They're going to bring you up. That's just how it works. Just like the saying, if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with a room full of millionaires, because these people are going to give you the keys that you need to, increase your wealth. I know that saying is kind of dumb because it's like, where am I going to find a room full of millionaires? But the saying just kind of sort of relates back to surrounding yourself around people that are looking to do something more with their lives. And I think it's very important to find people that you are able to conversate with, make plans with, and set out new goals in creating a better life for yourself and your future kids and generations to come, because I believe in breaking generational curses, and I feel like a lot more people need to do that. A lot more people. But yeah, I think that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like and also hit that subscribe button. I love every single one of you. I know I am a little late with this video because today is, what's the day? Today is Saturday. But listen, I will see you guys next weekend. I don't know. I'm just going to start posting probably on Saturdays or Sundays, because Friday is kind of a weird day for me. It's like coming straight out of the weekend for me to record. And I'm usually like exhausted from going to the gym, and then I don't end up recording on Friday, but instead I record on Saturday. So I'll give you guys a update on when I'll post in the community tab. Make sure you guys keep up with me on my Instagram. I'll link that down below as well. But I love every single one of you. That's enough yapping from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.